Friends, another command that is used in the SCADA operations is IO fields. IO field is actually the IO, which means input and output fields. Let's expand that a little bit. So, if you were to enter a PLC through the SCADA screen and send data to it, you are using these fields. Friends, let's say you want to set a value or you want to change the set value. You are able to change the values into PLC by writing the values you want into the IO field. You are also able to transmit the data that is written in the PLC into the SCADA via the IO fields. So, in order to do that, you can drag and drop the IO field like this, or you can do this. Friends, you have the program that you have written before. You can find the related tag in that program. You can send the value by dragging it from that tag and dropping it into here. Look, you can do that like this. You can do it like this. So let's center that. And when you do this, when you drag and drop, it will automatically see a connection in here. So you saw that it automatically connected when you go into the Properties tab. This is our third tag. So what do I want to do with this IO field? Let's say that I want to use this IO field as an input. In other words, I want there to be a change in the system when I enter a value into the IO field. Look, my tag to link the IO field is here. It was this one. So what does the 1 and 0 states of that tag do? It starts and stops my engine. Now, the value inside my IO field is 0. I want it to start my engine when I change it to 1. I can make that setting. Apart from that, you can go into the Appearance tab and change the design. We are always telling you this. We don't have to repeat ourselves, but you can still change the design of the IO field from here. Look, you can make it thicker. You can thicken it like this. So let's expand that a little bit. Let's open it up. Now, apart from that, you can also choose a different color for the inside color. So let's do something like this. For example, let's select an inside color like this. And friends, you can choose the color like this. So I've came back. Now we have gotten into the general settings section for the part that is important for us. So we have dragged and dropped it. We can also select the intended purpose of our IO field from below. We can use it solely as an input or solely as an output, or we can use it as both input and output. In other words, we can enter a value or receive a value at the same time via that setting. Let's try to do the first thing. Now, let's start the simulation from here and see what happens. So I am starting the simulation by clicking on Start Simulation. So let's open our PLC from there. The PLC is working as you can see it. It is working over there. It is operational. Well, actually, we could enlarge this a little bit. So let's do it. So from there, let's stretch this up a little bit. Well, in the end, we have to wait for a little while. So I hope you understood the features of the IO field. The exact same of these are also in the panel trainings. Our friends who received that training already know about this. But it is best to remind you of these in order to refresh your memory. Friends, look, I want to enter a value here. I want to change the 0 into 1. Look, I did it. And what happened? The related motor in my PLC engaged, as you can see. Or, what happened when I changed that into 0 again? Look, the related motor stopped. This is how the IO fields work. Friends, we have talked about the use of IO fields. So what did we just do? We used an IO field as an input. Now I have assigned an IO field as an output. Look, what did I do for that? I have created a project like this and a software. So what I'm going to do right now? I want to see the value that my PLC has written into the MW22 field from my SCADA screen. Look, friends, I want to see this in my SCADA screen. What I'm going to do for that? I will start my SCADA in runtime mode. Look, I will start my SCADA in runtime mode. I can start my PLC from here and let's click on those. Look, what will happen when the two of these are pressed together? It will display the value in the MW22 field to my screen, as you can see. Now, let's reset that field. Let's reset the move command which I have made the settings of in the software. So, what happened? The value in my screen became 0 when I do that. Look, let's do it like this. Let me show you the software so you can understand it better. I clicked on that 0.0 and then to 0.1. The numerical value 9 got assigned in my MW2.2 field. And I had paired the MW22 field with this. I had linked it as an output. It is tag 3, so in the properties list of the general settings tab, I had set the mode setting as output. So it assigned that value into here. Tag 6 is here, as you can see, and it is in decimal format. I also set the format of my text like this. Then let's send another signal to the move command like this. Look, when I close these, you can see that the 9 is still here. It got the reset when I sent the signal from here in order to reset it, as you can see. I can use the I/O fields as both input and output, separately or at the same time, like this. It is actually something we had talked about, but let's repeat it anyway. Friends, what did we do? The I/O fields are used for the writing of a value from the PC, or from the SCADA, or from the screen to the PLC. We can also say that the I/O fields are circuit components whose mission is to convey the expression in the PLC to the screen. The area of utilization is quite vast. Let's say that you need to change the position of a valve. You want to open the valve 10% or 20%. You can go in here, and when you send the desired value to the related tag, you can perform that operation. Or you can see the position of the valve through here. You can use these while performing this operation or similar ones. The utilization of these is quite important. Let's say there is a problem and you want to see the level of pressure, or you want to increase the value of the level of that pressure. You can enter any pressure value in here and send the command to your PLC, and you are able to perform that operation via the related field elements.